I'm just about brain dead. I'm just about brain dead. I did one of the worst things tonight for my PTSD. I don't know if you guys ever heard of somebody named Andrew Wilson. Andrew Wilson. He's got a channel on YouTube called The Crucible. Crucible. He also does a bunch of other podcasts. He is a professional debater. He's on a podcast tonight having a debate with three liberals contrasting Harris and Trump's plan. These millennials have no clue. They have no idea what taxes are. They have no clue about a tariff, what the purpose of a tariff is. They don't understand about taxes on tips. They don't know. They don't think that Trump should remove tax on overtime. Every talking point from these two wacko liberals, and then the one guy's moderate, but he's got mild Trump derangement, but the other two super Trump derangement. Every 20-second Kamala commercial they have tried to use in this debate against Andrew Wilson, who is a professional debater. Kamala said that Donald Trump's going to raise everybody's taxes. So what do these two wackos do? Well, Donald Trump's going to raise taxes because he's got tariffs. And tariffs raises taxes. We're going to be paying more money because Donald Trump raises tariffs on other countries. The left, the mainstream media, the education system in our country has failed us so terribly bad. These people can operate a computer. They have headphones on and they're typing. They know how to turn a computer on and turn a microphone on. If you look at them, you would assume that they're perfectly normal, well-rounded people. But they have no idea what a tariff does. They don't know anything about a tax surplus. They don't know what it is when what they don't understand what a tariff is for. They think that American companies, if Donald Trump says he's going to use tariffs on people importing cheap junk in our country, they think in their heads that, for one, they think that's going to be 1-to-1 equaled with a tax hike. And they think that when Trump says he's going to use tariffs on everybody, that he's going to be using tariffs on people already making products in America. The one chick's name is Ghosty, 6HOSTII, Ghosty. And the millennial dude's name is the Pronsis, prawn, like a shrimp prawn, the Pronsis. They are absolutely stupid. They're dumb. She said, well, I would rather have Kamala Harris raise our taxes up 25% than Donald Trump's tariffs, because tariffs is going to cost so much money. And Francis, the dude, I'm fighting the crudeness that's trying to erupt from my throat. It's like I'm choking on the crude of how I want to describe him. Have you ever met somebody that is so beta that they will flex to you and there's not a lump where a muscle's supposed to be at? Have you ever met one of them betas that he literally said, Donald Trump said he's going to put tariffs on China at 1,000%. We can't piss off China like that because they'll do it to us. And Andrew said, that's hyperbole. Oh, no, he really meant it. Hyperbole means he didn't mean it. It means it's an expression. It's an exaggeration for exemplification of what he's saying. They are absolutely clueless. They have no idea what they're talking about. None. She and the host, the chick hosting it, she's in shock because she's my age, maybe a little younger, but she's common sense, grounded. This young girl goes, she probably 25, 30, maybe not, no, 20, 25. Her and the yuppie princess guy, I'm telling you, and this is not me being mean, their mentality, their ability to reason is my level 6th grade. Their reasoning capabilities was me in the 6th grade. She said, Donald Trump wants to take away taxes on overtime. No. Where will we get the money from? And Andrew's like, get what money from? Well, where will we get money from if Donald Trump doesn't take our overtime taxes from? And Andrew's like, well, wouldn't you like to keep your money that you work for? Why would I want to keep my overtime tax money? And then she says, well, if we don't tax overtime, then they'll work slower. I'm not joking. She said, if we don't tax overtime, then those people will work slower to make less? No, to make more. I'm shocked. The name of the channel host is Sarah the Raging Tomato. Andrew Wilson, Christian conservative, foul mouth. He's trying to quit smoking cigarettes. He does the Whatever podcast, and he said on this broadcast, I don't know if you ever heard the Whatever podcast. That's where there are two guys on a panel in California, and they bring in these OnlyFans prostitutes and models and just some of the dumbest in our society. And Andrew said, you two on this show right now are the absolute, you are dumber than these millionaire OnlyFans. And if you ever watch one of those Whatever podcasts where these girls, they are absolutely stupid when they're talking about abortion. They're just dumb as a box of rocks. And this ghosty girl, she seems, her mentality, her body language, everything about her was my oldest daughter at 6 years old. But here they are on a podcast debating against Andrew, who wipes everybody. He destroys everyone in debates. He destroys them. I mean, he goes down to specific, like if you make a point, if you say, here's a point, if you don't back up that point, he's like, well, I'm not moving on till you back up your point. Prove your point. Well, will you help me prove it? It's not his job. I mean, he is a debate. When there's laws to debating, and he's strict by the law. I mean, I'm really good at arguing. I'm really good at it. That's why I do well in court when I go to court. Because the attorneys nowadays are really stupid, but the man's sitting there trying not to smoke, and I mean, he's a chain smoker, and he's only had one cigarette, and I'm sitting here watching him, and I'm like, I want a cigarette, listening to how dumb the princess guy's on here. He's like, well, economists say that Donald Trump's plan is going to raise taxes on the middle class because he always gives tax cuts to the billionaires. Billionaires in big business don't pay any taxes. Well, Donald Trump's going to raise the taxes on the low and middle class. Well, lower class people don't pay taxes. They get more back in refunds, child tax credit, and benefits than they even pay in. So the middle class are the ones that really drive the economy. And people need to know that you can take all wealth, all income of billionaires and millionaires this past year and take every dime they made and put toward our debt, and it won't even touch it. And the chat's just going nuts of how stupid they are. Just, I do not know how they turn on a computer. I cannot figure out how they have the common sense to do that. But the simple thinking, and it's TikTok brain is what it is. TikTok brain. Every Kamala 30-second commercial that's come on TV, well, Kamala's plan says that Donald Trump's going to raise taxes. So her 25% raising taxes is going to be less than Donald Trump's tariffs because the tariffs are bad and he shouldn't use tariffs. And then she says, well, he should use tariffs on China, but only 10% because she doesn't understand. They don't understand deficits. They don't understand a trade deficit. They don't understand what that means. They think that a tariff percentage is the same as a tax percentage. They think that's equal. These are the voters. This is why it's so important for the Rothschilds' education system. That's why the Democrats are in power today, because the schools teach them to believe the quick little hits. Get the TikTok brain, the quick little hit, quick little hit, quick little hit. Just the little soundbite, the soundbite. That's why they can't figure out Donald Trump, because he weaves a story. When he says something, he says what he means and he weaves it. And it's repetition, yes, but he doesn't say the same thing over and over and over. He does a rally over and over, but this is going to be so bad. This is going to be so bad. I'm just blown away. One of the worst curses you'll ever suffer is being the smartest person in the room. And that I'm in that everywhere I go. That's where I'm at. And it scares me. I like talking to people smarter than me so I can learn from them. That's why I watch everything I watch. I want to learn. I watch these debaters. I watch these guys that do this for a living. That I want to learn everything. And they literally said that Donald Trump's economy was the worst economy compared to Joe Biden's. He lost so many jobs, but they wouldn't count the pandemic for being the reason. They said Donald Trump's economy, first they said Donald Trump's economy is horrible, and then they said, oh, well, it was great because Obama made it run great. It's Democrats do no wrong, Trump does everything bad. I'll try to leave the link. You guys will be shocked. If you have just a tenth of my common sense, you will be shocked. I mean, it is entertaining. It will give you a headache, but it is entertaining to watch. And it is so frustrating that these people have a voice. And people listen to these millennials. And when you watch this process guy, you will want so bad to strike him. You will want to reach through the TV and punch him because of his Schedule 8 Trump derangement syndrome. It is beyond belief. God bless.